Hey guys, what's up? So, the last couple of videos I did really got me to thinking about, a lot of stuff, a whole bunch of stuff. And I privated, you know, all but I think four videos because, I was kind of ashamed of myself. So, let's begin. Um, the reason I came back to YouTube, blah 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 blah, was because I wanted to, try and start this new discussion about God and about religion and how it works in our society and all this stuff. And after speaking with friends of mine, I was reminded that this topic, this religious topic, tends to attract the lowest common denominator. And I just don't want to deal with that anymore. I'm tired of defending my belief. I'm tired of trying to explain to people my interpretation of things or my understanding of things or my opinion of these things. I'm tired of trying to justify that to someone who will never understand my perspective on this and why I think it's important and why I think it can be a good thing. And I'm done with it. I don't want to do it anymore. The ponage videos that I used to do, I'm ashamed of because I feel like in a lot of cases, these were just, stupid disagreements, and then I went out of my way to humiliate and belittle someone over a stupid disagreement. And I'm better than that, or I should be better than that. But I have this problem. I have this problem with um, people trying to intimidate me or people trying to insult me. And I guess I'm just oversensitive about this stuff. I'll tell you a little story. In third grade, I lived on Scott Air Force Base in Illinois, and we would have to, walk through security outside of the base to go to the school. And the school was like, like less than 100 yards outside of the base. It was like right there. And as soon as we would get outside the gate, there was this bully, and I don't remember his name. There was this kid, it was this big kid. He was bigger than everyone else, and he had a racket. He would bully kids for their lunch money all the time. He was successful at it. You know, he'd say, I'm going to beat you up. Don't tell anybody. I'll beat you up. And he'd push people to the ground. People were scared. And it took a while for him to get to me because, I was one of those kind of nerdy kids where I was always on time. I felt like if I wasn't 10 minutes early, then I was late. I've always been that way. But anyhow, well, one day I was, running a little bit behind, and I ended up in this big group of kids walking to school, and he shoved me and said, give me your lunch money. Well, it happened to be a Monday, and my mom had given me a $5 bill, and that was for all week. Lunches were $1, and I was supposed to use that to buy, tickets and, have tickets for the whole week. And I wasn't about to give the guy, you know, like $5. And he pushed me to the ground. And he kind of stood over me menacingly. And I stood up. And I stepped back with my right foot. And I stepped into a right cross. And I split his lip wide open. This is a guy he was a lot bigger than me at the time. And there's blood everywhere. He grabs his face and he goes running off screaming and crying past the guard shack. And I thought for sure, I'm in trouble. I thought for sure I was in trouble. I was going to get called into the office at school, all this stuff. But nothing happened. I didn't see the kid for a couple 3 days. Didn't even see him. And, I didn't bring it up to anybody, you know, And sure as hell didn't tell my dad about it or my mom about it or teacher or anything about it. All the kids at school, they saw and they were talking about it, and I guess nobody ratted me. Nobody ratted me out. I think they were all kind of glad I did it. But anyway, it was later in that week where I did see him, and this was after school, walking back. And he was kind of hanging back from the group, and I looked back and I saw him, and I saw those stitches. And it was all black and blue and these visible stitches. He's scarred for life, and I felt horrible inside. I just felt horrible, and I asked him, I said that I was sorry and that I hope we could be friends. And I don't remember what he said to me, but we were never friends. And I never forgot that. And I've always had this natural instinct to, when I'm being bullied or I'm being insulted, to fight back. And then I always feel guilty afterward. I always feel, even if I'm justified, I was justified to punch him straight in his lip. Because he pushed me to the ground and he had his fist held back like he was going to punch me if I didn't give him. To me, I felt justified. I was defending myself. I was about to be robbed, right? And I defended myself. But I felt bad. And the same thing happened the other day when I made that video about Raul. He clearly came to bully me and talk shit to me and insult me. And in return, what did I do? I punched that motherfucker straight in his lip and split his fucking lip open. Right? I did. Watch that video. And then afterward, I felt guilty. I felt ashamed. I felt like I had become what I despised. And in essence, I had. And then I started thinking about all the other ponage and drama videos that I've done where I'm just, picking fights with people on the internet and, pointing out stupid or, it's like I was trying to make up for my own inadequacies. I had a slogan on my original channel that I would bully the bullies. Fuck. How hypocritical is that, right? I don't want to do that anymore. I want to entertain you guys. I want to talk to you guys. I love making videos and I love the interactions, and I like, I can take an insult. I can take a joke. I can make fun of myself. I can admit when I've been a jackass. I can admit when I'm just dead fucking wrong, you know, and tell the story, you know, like the story about when I sneeze farted in the grocery store when I thought this hot chick was checking me out. That's funny. It's true, but it's funny, you know, and so I really thought that we could have this discussion about religion on this new level. And someone misinterpreted what I said as, you can't redefine God and blah blah blah. I'm like, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying we need to redefine God. What I was suggesting is that maybe we need to rethink, how we perceive God. The qualities of God, if God exists, would, be what they are, but how we perceive them would evolve, right? God would be everlasting. He wouldn't change, but the way we see and understand God could, right? But it seems like no matter what I say or how I articulate my point, this lowest common denominator, you know, YouTuber shows up and says something stupid in the comments section, and then it's that bully scene all over again. I feel like I have to defend myself. I feel like, I have to try to convince that person or educate that person on my perspective or what I believe, and then when they disagree and then they insult me for it, I want to punch them in their lip. And then I do that, and then I feel like a turd for doing it. I feel like I've lowered myself. This concept of God, the the human condition, okay? This concept of God has a huge impact on the human condition because it really does change the meaning of what it is to be alive and what it is to be a human being. And it's a fascinating topic. And excuse me, that's why I think I get so wrapped up in it and I'm so, you know, been so repetitive about it. It's because it's just so interesting to me. And I really thought, well, let's evolve this. There's got to be something more we can talk about, without getting at each other's throats and without fighting. And I quickly realized that that's impossible. It's impossible. And I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to argue anymore. I don't want to be bullied, then be the bully anymore. I just want to entertain. I just want to talk to you guys. I want to interact with you guys, you know? And I don't know what to do. I love science, and I think I'm going to do videos about new and scientific discoveries and my opinions and the ramifications of these discoveries and what I think these discoveries mean when it comes to the future of the human race. And I don't want to do it from a perspective, of a religious person. But unfortunately, and this is my fault, unfortunately, no matter what video I do or anything I say, this lowest common denominator is going to come in with some kind of comment about, well, that don't prove God. And that's like, I just don't want to deal with that. I really don't want to deal with that. I don't want to. I've been typecast here on YouTube. So and I've considered starting a whole new channel all over again. And I could do that. But I like my subscribers. I like you guys. There's a number of you that consistently watch my videos. No matter what stupid shit comes out of my face, you come back and you keep watching. So if you're somebody that watches my channel on a regular basis, please leave me a comment. What would you like me, what direction do you think you would like me to talk about or like me to go? What would keep you interested in my channel? And be honest. If you say, well, I like the drama, I like the ponage, let me know. And maybe I can come up with a better way of doing it so that I don't feel like such a douchebag afterward. Or, maybe I can't. Maybe I'm, you know, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm not going to do drama videos, that I'm not going to do ponage videos anymore. Because that would just be insulting your intelligence. Because we both know me pretty well, okay? And I'm easily roped into that stuff, and I'm probably going to do it. But I'm telling you right now that I really don't want to. I'm ashamed of a lot of it. I went back through the catalog of my videos, and I was watching some of them, And I'm like, fuck, that was, why? What difference does that make? I don't know. I'm not gonna delete those videos. I'm not gonna private them. I'm probably gonna put them in a playlist, an archive playlist, so that they're still there. So there's a place for the for those of you who like that stuff to go and watch that stuff. And you can argument, you can I mean argument, you can argue all you want, and you can do whatever you want down there. I'm just gonna leave it alone. And if you're one of those people that just despises me, as Raul would say, there's so many people that despise me. You know what? Maybe do me a favor. Maybe flag down my channel. Just flag it down and I'll start over. Maybe you'd be doing me a favor. Right? I mean, who knows? But I'm just telling you, I don't want to talk about religion anymore. You know, I like drama though, but just maybe it's that I just don't like the drama around religion. Maybe I need to find drama around some other area, some lighter, topic, something that isn't so serious, something that isn't so intertwined with so much anger and angst and resentment from both sides. Maybe we could talk about, fuck, I don't know. I don't want to talk about SJWs and women's rights and MRAs, because that's basically the same type of scene. This lowest common denominator of this drama of these two sides, you know, that are just arguing, and then it's no longer about the argument. It becomes more about, well, how do I discredit that person? How do I pull the rug out from underneath that person? Therefore, I'm right. Right? And the bottom line with this whole thing is, if you don't believe in equal rights, I believe equal rights. Everybody across the board. I think everybody is equal. Everything should be the same. You know, there it is. It's that simple. And I think if you're arguing from one side or the other side of it, it's biased and it's kind of dumb, in my opinion. You know. Anyhow, man, it's 3 o'clock. I should have been bed an hour ago, but I had more to say about this, and it's like I said, I should have been taking notes and stuff and hitting all these key points, and maybe I'll do a better job of this video later on, and I'll redo this video. But I want your suggestions. I want your ideas. What would you like to see me do? And be honest, because in the end, I'm here as an entertainer. I'm not here to educate anybody. I'm not here to convince anybody of anything or nothing. All I want to do is maybe give you a chuckle or two, or maybe point something out that you haven't seen before, or maybe play a couple riffs on guitar that you enjoy, or maybe show you a couple of these new recipes that I've come up with, because I'm on this Uber diet. I'm so obese, I'm disgusted with myself, and so for the past 6 or 7 weeks now, I've been on this Uber diet, and I've lost quite a bit of weight, and I am going to the gym, and I have been working out, and I am getting stronger, and my health is another subject, and maybe I could do videos about that too, about this lifestyle change when it comes to fitness and nutrition and health. And I want to do a big shout out um, to Robert Wallace. He's been really supportive with me about weight loss, and anytime I've ever asked him a question, he's you know he's a guy to definitely ask questions, and I'm definitely going to be asking you more questions, Bob, about that stuff, because you've done a great job of losing that weight that you had, and so I'd like to follow in your footsteps. And I even want to encourage Asian Adult to lose weight and get in shape. He says he has this need to beat me at everything, and so maybe that could be a drama, right? This competition of me and Agent of Doubt and anybody else who wants to join in. Maybe glutes. Maybe you could join in. And we could document our weights. And we could document our diet, our change in our diet and our workout schedule, and we could start showing pictures of who is the sexiest, who went from the fattest to the sexiest. Maybe that could be a good drama, right? Who knows? I'm just throwing ideas out there. Just throw some ideas in the comment section. Help me out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one real soon. Cheers.